Work hard for what you want in life.
You work hard for what you want in life.
That your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
That your word is your bond, and you do what you say.
That you treat people with dignity and respect.
That you treat people with respect.
Reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard.
The strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
Work hard.
Work hard.
Work hard.
Work hard.
Work hard. Work hard. Work hard.
Hey guys, I'm Tatum.
And it's your girl Milan.
And welcome to episode 4 of the Black Girl Boss Podcast. We're so excited, per usual, to be recording and be back with you guys. Y'all been showing us so much love, so we definitely appreciate it. And let's start the show. So last week we couldn't talk about the Queen Boss show because none of us saw it. So I actually had an opportunity to watch it yesterday.
And I still didn't.
Milan hasn't seen it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. It's Friday today, so we're still talking about the pilot episode that came out last week. A new episode comes on Saturdays at, I want to say 10 o'clock. I could be wrong, but it comes on Saturdays. So I watched it, and there were 3 women on there. One of them had a Shea Moisture skincare line called Shea Aline. Another one had a clothing line, and then the third one had a what's it called, a vision board box, so people could purchase a box full of everything they need for a vision board.
Okay.
So the way it's set up is there are 3 women, they all pitch, and then the judges pick who's going to go home, and then the remaining 2 will go through a challenge, and then after the challenge they pick who progressed to the next round and then who goes home. So on this episode, it was cool. I thought it was interesting because I thought it would be just like Shark Tank, to where they will pitch and ask for a certain amount of money in exchange for equity. But this one, they're actually competing for $25,000 of seed money and no real equity from the judges. Mm-hmm. So this is why this kind of changed my perception of it a little bit, because based on the feedback of the judges with the women, I felt like, and based off who went home, I felt like they're granting money based off of passion and potential and their belief in the person and emotions.
Okay.
Which I think is totally different when you actually have your money on the table,
right,
and it's coming out your pocket, and then you're trying to make that money back as an investor. So now I'm looking at it more so for entertainment purposes, because I think that their feedback is going to be a little bit diluted because it's less, it's really no risk for them. It's nothing at stake.
Right.
So with the first woman, she had a clothing line, one of them being from one of the signature items being like a dress from desk to dinner. So being able to have something that you could wear to work and then go out to dinner afterwards. So she had a great concept, but her prices was off. Her dresses cost like $100 something to $200 something. So the judges was like, wait, and she had her outfits up there so they could see. They were okay. They were, I think, how can I say this nicely? They just weren't my style.
Okay.
So I'm sure that they were great for other people. You know, the one she had on looked cute on her, but they weren't my style. But her dresses, the judges were saying that the price range was off. Like, you can't charge somebody $100 to $200 something for something they can buy from Marshall's for $39.
Right, absolutely.
So she's the one who went home, and she mostly went home because of her prices. And then the second woman, the Shea Aline woman, she was at a different level in her business than the other people. She had been around for a little bit. She has her product in Whole Food stores everywhere, at the MGM, at the National Harbor. Yeah, so she needed the money more so to continue scaling as opposed to getting started.
Right.
And so the vision board woman, she had like a really great story where she had went to jail. Oh. And in jail, her vision board was the reason why she was able to stay focused on getting out of jail and knowing that she was more than just a number and stuff like that. So she had a really, really good story. And she was ultimately the one who advanced to the next round. They sent the Shea Aline woman home. So this is where I was like,
that doesn't, I guess, because, okay, now that you say that they're looking for people that has passion, and I guess it's more so up and coming and trying to get themselves together, it makes sense to send the person who's kind of already established and kind of finding their way home. But I mean, if you have the business and they believe in it, I would, but I guess like you said, it's not investing in equity. So,
and that's why I was a little like, okay, I can't really take the show as seriously because you're not putting your money on the line. You're a different type of beast when you putting your money on the line and stuff like that. So I don't know where the $25,000 seed money is coming from. Based on how they marketing it, it ain't coming from the judges. It's probably coming from like the network. Probably. But it was kind of like, okay, now it's going to be a little watered down. Right. But the positive in it is that people can watch it and see the type of questions that investors might ask you. They're able to see what's working and what's not working in other women business. I think it will supply some type of inspiration, but I think I would still prefer to watch something a little bit more cutthroat. But that's just me. Yeah. For somebody who needs something that's less cutthroat or just looking for inspiration and just want to see a bunch of black girl magic on TV as it relates to business, I think it's great.
But I mean, in my opinion, you want cutthroat only because business is cutthroat.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when you're looking for somebody to invest in your company, you're going to have to really sell it. So, okay, you could come with a vision board, but they're going to, okay, how does this benefit me? What is it going to do in the long run? Yada, yada, yada. And you're going to say, well, I have so much passion.
Right.
They're going to look at you and be like, and there's the door. Get out. So, yeah, I prefer cutthroat. So I don't know if I'm going to actually be too engaged in that. I would probably watch it for the fun of it, but not to take it seriously. But like Tatum said, if you need inspiration, it sounds like the show to go to.
Yeah, and I'm gonna still watch it just to see how the show progresses, and I want to give them the ratings because I want to see the show do well too.
Let's watch a black woman.
I think it's a great concept. I just wish I wish that they would be investing their money into it and their equity. I mean, in exchange for equity, because I think that will pull out something more from them. They wouldn't be as relaxed because they seemed, the judge woman, I forgot her name. She's the harsh one, you can tell, but she's a lawyer and all that. So
she's already
cutthroat. So she's cutthroat because of her profession. But Candy and Vanessa Simmons are more chill.
But what does Vanessa do besides pastry?
According to her introduction, they described her as a model, an entrepreneur, and Reverend Run's daughter.
She models. Since when did she model? When did she model? I'm about to look this up.
I'm not sure what she models or when, but hey, and they said like a host, because she was the host on like Project Runway something. So, I mean, she collecting a check sometimes. So, not sometimes, Tatum. She's collecting a check.
Right, sometimes.
She's collecting her checks, but I'm not sure what business she has other than pastry. But they said pastries had like X million amount in sales. It was a significant number. So I'm like, shoot, if y'all was selling pastries like that, then you can still learn something from her.
I ain't gonna lie, I was rocking pastries.
Yeah, so
I had the vanilla cupcake ones.
Oh my gosh.
It was cute.
But yeah, so that's that. I think it's a good show. I think everybody should tune in and watch it and form your own opinion of it. But yeah, that's the Queen Boss Show. It comes on Centric on Saturday nights. So you guys definitely check it out and show some love to Black women that's doing their thing. So
I see the next
I got like 2 rants today.
I see the next topic.
Before we get into like our actual topic of the day, I have a couple rants for some things that happened to me this week. First, I want to talk about the hater thing. So I'm not the type of person who really puts myself on that much of a pedestal to think I have haters. But this one just follows me. And it's like, it's actually being brought to my attention that having haters is like a real thing. And I'm still even uncomfortable with calling it that because, again, I don't really put myself on that much of a pedestal to think that somebody else would be taking out time out of their day and their lives to be trying to pull me down. But it happened. And so last night, Milan knows I called her about it last night, but I had to really think about it. Like, how do I handle this situation? Is this something where I need to have a conversation with the person? But to give y'all a little background without giving you too much, this is just someone who is around me or around, let's say, an environment where I do business. And so this person just keeps trying to, I guess, derail everything that I try to do. Or whenever somebody wants to bring me on to do something, they try to like derail it or push back in saying things to them in a way that kind of, if they didn't know me, it would make them think negatively about me. And it will kind of, I guess, hurt my reputation a little bit. So it really messed with me. And I'm like, yo, do I need to talk to this person? And I teach conflict resolution. So when I say talk to this person, it doesn't mean I'm about to be going and cussing anybody out. But it's just, we need to, have an adult conversation and try to get to the bottom of what the problem is. And so as I was like pondering on that last night, I was like, you know what? I don't really need to do that. Because the thing about haters is, if you are doing what you have to do and you doing the right thing and you're succeeding in your business and you out here making it happen, they can say whatever they want. And the beauty of it is nobody's going to believe them anyway.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Right. So it was kind of like, I wanted to say something because to me, coming from my character is a soft spot for me because I work very hard to make sure that my character is on point. I do the right thing by people. I always try to make sure that I make the right decisions. Like I read a bunch of personal development books. I'm always trying to better myself as a person. So when somebody attacks my character, I take it very personally. And that's something that I'm working on too, because I'm reading a book right now. It's called, 13 things mentally strong people don't do. And that was one of them. Don't take things personally. And that's just a rule of thumb for life anyway. So I'm like, okay, should I talk to this person? And again, I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, as long as I do what I have to do and focus on myself, what they say don't matter. Absolutely. And the great thing is, like, what's meant for me will always be for me. Like I have a firm belief in God that nothing will miss me that's for me. And even if you may think that you're interrupting something that I have going on, you won't succeed because I'm going to always be thorough and I always have God on my back. You know what I'm saying? And I pray about my business, about life, about everything. So I have a business partner that you can't compete with.
Hello.
So it's like, I'm not even going to really worry about that. But it was definitely something I had to sit and like think through. And I know that you guys out there with your businesses, this is going to happen. You're going to have people who just don't want to see you succeed for whatever reason. And that's 100% their problem.
Absolutely.
Because as long as you make sure that you're doing what you have to do and you're not worried about them, you're going to be fine. Because at the end of the day, character, you can't build a sustainable business without good character. And so those people who are hating on you are going to constantly hit brick walls in their life, and they're going to stay mad and they're going to stay stagnant and try to figure out, well, why is all of this happening to her or this person and this stuff isn't happening for me? Or why is her program succeeding and I can't get my program to do this? It's because you're worried about what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it trips me out, especially when you have like a social business and you're doing something for the betterment of other people. That's all the more reason why that you should be focused on your own thing. Because imagine if both of us was impacting people. That's way more people that we can actually influence. So that's my little rant for the day. And
you had another rant though.
Oh yeah, I had two.
You had two.
But let me wrap up this one. That's my first rant for the day. So and the lesson in it, because you know I have to find a lesson in everything. The lesson in that, y'all, is focus on your own race. And if you have somebody else that's trying to figure out what it is or try to derail your success, don't even worry about them. Focus on yourself. Absolutely. Just like we said in the first episode where the guy who was racing Michael Phelps in the Olympics, he looked over and that's what caused him to lose the race because he was worried about what somebody else was doing.
Not minding his damn business.
Exactly. So mind your business, literally.
Mind it. Mind the business that pays you.
Exactly. And do not worry about other people because as you level up, haters are going to come, and people going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. So that's something I really have to get used to myself. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So hopefully you can take some pieces out of my story and my little rant or my little dealing with a hater, and you can be able to help yourself and deal with that too. Second one is, this isn't even personal. This is just something I seen on Instagram. So why is Milan laughing, y'all?
I'm sorry. I'm back.
So, and it's not even a rant though. This is just like a lesson. Y'all, just because you are a startup business or you may be new in what it is that you're doing, you do not have to act that way. You don't have to take every single opportunity that comes to you. Like, when something comes to you, even if it just sounds like it's a good idea for your business, really take the time to stop and think about, is this something that I really need to be doing? Like, does this fit into the goals that I have for my business? Does this make sense for me? Is this going to hurt my brand or is it going to help my brand? Like, really think about those things. Because I seen something on Instagram, and it's somebody that we know. And that's why Milan's laughing. And she has an up and coming business. And I'm not really going to get into details on her, but it was just something that, why are you laughing? Why is she? Oh my God. I'm not going to get into details on her because it doesn't matter. Like, she's great at what she does. She has a great business, and I just know she's going to be successful. But she was doing an event that was just not a good look for her brand. And so I mind my business. So unless be close enough for me to call you. So if Milan signed up for something and she's doing an event that it just makes no sense, like she's going to be, let's say, I don't even want to give an example, but
just don't give an example.
But say like Milan is doing, let's say that she's hosting that stadium, right? I will call Milan so fast and be like, what are you doing? What? No, you don't need to be doing this. I will check her in a heartbeat. And so it's like, what I noticed about this particular situation is I was scrolling, and like a lot of people who are just putting their names on everything as a way to get out there or say that they have speaking engagements or say that they have clients or to say that they have business. It's like, really take a second to think about, will that really help your business? Right. And if you got a bunch of people in your corner that's like, yes, girl, yes, you out here. No, fire those people from your life because they are setting your ass up. You don't do anything that's not going to make people take you seriously in your business. Like, oh my gosh, I've been seeing so much of that. And it's like, as somebody who really wants to help as many business owners as I can, it's like, come on, sis, you can't do this. No. But with women, you can't always come to them out of love. They might take it the wrong way. So sometimes it's best to just not say nothing. Mm-hmm. But for real, this is just for everybody. Before you take an opportunity, before you take anything, just really make sure that it makes sense for your business, and not just your business now, but where you want to go with your business. Because if not, you might set yourself up. People might not take you seriously when a big opportunity does come around. So treat your business like you would treat your child. If you wouldn't send your child to any old daycare, don't put your business on any old event. If you wouldn't send your child to any doctor's office or any person, then take that same type of initiative or same type of care with your business, because your business is your baby. So that's my rant for that. I'm done. So you want to take a break or?
Y'all, I'm just over here laughing. Tatum is so funny. Tatum just funny.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I just think back to our conversations that we had through text messages, and I just and see you start laughing. That's all I can do is just laugh, because I know exactly what she's talking about. So I just see our text messages. Listen, but we can take a break and then we can come back, because this main topic is going to it's going to spark a lot of things. So
okay, cool. Let's take a break. And we're back. So today's topic is friendships and relationships in business. Ooh. So Milan, how do you balance your friendships in business?
I don't. That's why. No, I'm joking. No, I'm completely joking. I have my best friends and I have my line sisters, and that's literally like, that's that. You know, of course I have friends, you know, people that I communicate with every now and then, but my best friends understand that I'm working all the time. My line sisters, you know, they understand it, so they support it. They know that with me, they have to plan things a couple of months in advance. So, and luckily my line sisters and my friends are busy as well. So that kind of helps. It's not like you just have friends that are sitting, just doing nothing. And they're always, you know, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that? And they're not doing anything. So it kind of messed up your friendship. I think we're all equally busy and we all have our hands in something that requires our, you know, time and our personal time. So when we do make the time for one another, we make it, you know, something fun, something valuable, and those moments that we cherish are definitely right then and there. So balancing is, like I said, easy because I have people in my circle who are as equally busy and who understand the business of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think I went through like growing pains with friendships when I first started, because people just started dropping like flies. And I know when I first started the Queen Academy, I had, I was a little bit, I think I talked about this before, I was a little bit insecure in the value that I brought because I didn't have a psychology background.
Right.
So I knew what I was supposed to do. I knew that I could have an impact on girls, but I thought I needed something else to back me up. So one of my closest friends, one of my best friends at the time, she had got her degree in psychology. So, and she has a really great story in general, with her, the way her life has gone and how she's been able to overcome a lot of things. So I thought working with her would be a good fit. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. You know, we should go in, and do stuff together. Bad idea. My God. So it's like the first thing I had to learn is that everybody isn't meant to be an entrepreneur. And that's something that's a lot of people don't really agree with me on, but I just don't think that everybody is meant to be. There's some people who are great career people, you know what I mean? And that's great. As long as you're happy, that's what matters. And so I was trying to push my vision on her. And I couldn't, you know what I mean? And so, and I also had to understand how I worked, and our work, the way I worked and the way she worked was incompatible sometimes. But that friendship over time just disintegrated. So, but at the same time, it's crazy how things work, because once that friendship ended, I started getting so many blessings, like in my business, like so many things started coming. So it's like, even as I was going through these growing pains of losing people, I was just learning that sometimes, again, like we say all the time, everybody can't make it with you. And that God will really just set stuff up. You know what I mean? People will get removed from your life. People will come into your life. Like you need different things in different seasons. And so I had to learn that very quickly, you know. But then now with the friends that I have a very small circle. They know. They be like, Tatum's busy. Tatum's being a black girl boss right now. Like, they know.
They don't press the issue. They don't try to pull you down because you're not available. It's like, okay, well, when you find time, you let us know.
Yeah,
but they support it because they want to see you do good. And that's what it's about when you're an entrepreneur, a black girl boss, whomever. You need people that are going to continue to push you and motivate you, whether you have time to sit and kiki it up or not, because they understand the grind. They understand that you're trying to aim for something bigger.
Right.
So they just, you know, they support that. Not to say, oh, they're your flunkies. So I know that people probably use that term like, oh, those are your flunkies. Those people that just want to be on the back. No, if they're genuinely at every event with no hesitation and will pay their way to get there. If they're like, oh, asking you, okay, what are you doing now? What's next? Trying to help you find new avenues. Those people you need to keep in your circle. The other people that was just there always complaining, oh, you got this going on. And that's negative energy that you just need to eliminate.
Exactly. I saw something on Instagram the other day. It was like, pay attention to people that's in your circle, but not in your corner. And I thought that was dope. I was like, oh, wow. And a lot of people have that. You'll have those people where I think this is a good telltale sign if somebody is good for you. if you're talking to them about your business or about your goals, because as entrepreneurs, when we start talking about our business and our passions and stuff, we light up, we get excited, we get happy. If anybody makes you feel like you should tone that down, they gotta go, because they do not want the best for you. But anybody who's cheering you on, like, no, you got this, like, those are people that you really need around. Like, one of my friends texted me, I had some technical difficulties getting this podcast up last Monday. So my friend texted me, he screenshotted his iTunes and was like, what is going on? I'm trying to, and this is a guy, he's like, I'm trying to be a Black girl boss right now. Why is this episode not here? So I'm like, hang tight, it's coming, I'm fixing it. But stuff like that, like, you need those type of people in your life that just genuinely want you to be successful. I think once you clean house and you get those core set of people, like, I think it makes things so much better, because you're able to just talk to them. You can talk about whatever. Like, those people are, like, so necessary.
Yeah, my best friend texted me when we put up our first post about the podcast. She's like, caption please, thanks. I'm like, okay, here you go. What's Tatum's Instagram? Thanks. So yeah, like, you're right. Those things make you feel good though, because it can be lonely.
It can be very lonely, and it's hard, to be honest, to find new friends once you're in business, because a lot of people have, like, ulterior motives.
They're not genuine.
Exactly. It's so hard to find new friends, because it's always like, well, how can I utilize this person for this, or how can I utilize this person for that? People ain't really, I don't think it's a lot of real people anymore.
You're right. And then in this industry, the entertainment industry and the entrepreneur industry, you have to be vulnerable and, like, transparent. So it's like, you have to let people in your life when you normally wouldn't have. So, like, having your Instagram open or getting on Instagram live and doing things that you may not be so comfortable with. Like, I don't care for people watching me every single day, but in order to keep your brand up and your face going and your business running, that's what you have to do. And then that allows people to come in and feel like they have some type of knowing of you, and you don't. So they come in like, oh, hey, best friend. And you like, hey. So, you have to be cautious of that, and just remember, you're putting things out that people admire, that people envy, and that when they come, they may not always have, good intentions. You just think about the story between the devil and God. Think about how that worked out.
Exactly.
Just think about that. That's the best way I can put it. Think about that story and how, God thought he had good intentions, and you see where that went. So
yeah, that's so true. So do you feel like you've made a lot of friends since being in business, or you pretty much stick with the same squad?
You see my face. First of all, people don't think that they can talk to me because of I just don't look approachable, I guess. I'm not to say I'm a bitch, because that's what
But why you accentuate it like that?
Because y'all know Black women have that perception put on us, especially when we're in business. I had to definitely emphasize on that. I don't have time for the games, and I make it very clear, like, I can read fake from a mile away. So if I see it, it's skirt, turn around. skirt. Yeah, skirt, turn around. I don't know. So I've made no new friends, I don't think. Let me think. No, I've made business friends. Right. It's a difference. I have made business friends, yes, but friends where I'm about to kick it with and kiki, no. It's the same. No new friends. Same corner, day one. Yeah. What about you? You think you have?
Not really. Now that I'm thinking about it, not really. And I'm hard to, it takes a while for me to open up to people. So somebody getting close to me, it's really hard. Right. So, I pretty much got the same squad. Like, my best friends, we've been friends since middle school, high school, and they just stuck around. Like, some, we went to college together, we still friends, or I might have met some in college through them and we still friends. But other than that, no, not really. Right. It's really hard.
That's how I feel about my friend Kayla. Me and Kayla have been friends since high school. And me and Kayla may not talk every day. We may not talk every month. But Kayla will probably, it was what? Before the end of last year, we hadn't talked in about a month or so, or maybe almost 2 months. And she sent me this long message and was like, I know you're doing your thing, but I need you to rest because I know you're not resting. But she knows me. Like, that's, that's my friend. Like, she's one of the people I consider one of my best friends because we've been real close since high school. And it's that, hey, let's go get some sushi. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Or something going on with her. She's like, I need to talk. And it's, you know, automatic. So those people like that, that's what we talking about. Y'all need to keep them. Like, don't let that go. I've been best friends with my other 2 best friends since high school. My other best friend, and it's like we have a best friend clique. So it's like, it all works out. So it's not like, oh, that's my best friend. That's not, no, we're all best friends. So my other best friend, we've been best friends since freshman year of college. So, you know, I got the high school one and then the freshman one. And it's like, that's it. Like, that's us. Yeah, that's us. And I got one male best friend. And he's a rider, okay? Let me tell y'all, he is a rider. But I love it. I wouldn't trade it. And no matter how much success comes, how much success goes, I know that it's not going to change how loyal they are.
Exactly. And for y'all that feel like you don't have time for your friends, definitely make time for them. I think what I do is I try like once a month to go out, and then I'm inviting everybody. Y'all, I dropped my mic. That's what I get for talking about my life.
I'm childish. That's happened to me on our pilot episode. I dropped my mic and she dropped it again. That's 2 times.
It keeps falling over.
That's 2 times.
Whatever.
No, push it down, like downward. Yeah,
okay,
like that.
All right.
We back.
But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, make time for your friends. Like, I try once a month. Like last night I went out and I hit everybody up, like, you know, come out if you can, cool. If you can't, then that's cool too. I try to make it to everybody's birthdays. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So just definitely make time for your friends. Don't be like, they just don't understand that, you know, I'm out here trying to make it work for myself, or I'm out here trying to do this, I'm out here trying to do that. Make time for those people that you need. Right. You know what I mean? It's going to be some people who are just needy as hell, and they might not be the best friends to take along with you. But those core friendships that you can cry to when business is not going the way that you want it to go, and they're there for you, like those real friends, definitely make time for them, because friendships and relationships have to be nurtured. You can't just totally forget about them and then it be like 20 years later and you're like, oh, what happened to such and such? Definitely nurture those relationships, because it's really important to have friends and people that's cheering you on in this journey. And if you don't have any, like some people like, I don't have no friends, you know, try to put yourself out there to meet new people and meet like-minded people. You never know how relationships may progress from someone that you may meet out. I have a bunch of like people on social media who, not a bunch, but like a couple people on social media who I consider friends, and I never even met them in person, but they just, we always communicate on there. They always show me love, or they might always shout stuff out. They support me, whatever I do. I support them, whatever they do. If I'm doing something that they fit with, I'm gonna hit them up. Like, you know, sometimes you make friends on social media too. So
social media friends.
Exactly.
I know like some, what is it, Instagram famous people, they call them their best friends. They get on their best friends. What y'all doing today? Because I mean, that's just the people that show them, you know, love on social media. So I definitely can agree to that. I can agree.
So what about relationships? I wish I could see her. Listen.
Relationships. Well, guys, I am single. Then 2 pack of Pringles.
What?
What? Seriously?
Wait, but do Pringles come in singles though?
Yeah, you pull one out. That's a single Pringle.
No, but you said I'm single, then 2 pack of Pringles.
Right. So when you lay them all out, it's a bunch of Pringles. They're not connected to one another. They just out. You don't eat Pringles like this in a pack. Well, some people do. Some people grab them like that. But when I eat my Pringles, I take one by one. So think of taking a Pringle out and eating it one by one. That's how single I am. You get the concept now? You take a one by one by one. Like, no, y'all. I'm really like single as the dollar bill.
That was funny. Okay.
All jokes aside, no, seriously, that was just some humor in this because I have to laugh about it. Dating in relationships for me, I haven't been successful. I think people like the idea of me, and then once the idea comes, it's the reality of it. Like, does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
they want the woman that's out here ambitious and making it happen, but when she don't have as much time for you as you want, then it's a problem.
Right. And I feel with most men, not all men. So if you're a male listening to this, please don't take offense to this. They can't handle it if you're doing more or better than them. They can't handle it. It's just like I'm trying to find the space for it.
I understand what you're saying. I think that's a character flaw, though.
That's what I said. Not all, but the ones that I've encountered have seen, seem to have that because it gets brought up. Like, oh, you act like you don't need anyone. Or you so independent. You the strong black woman that got everything going for herself. You act like you, but I don't understand, because if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man, because it sounds like you're bringing the fact that I don't ask for anything in it. But if that's in my character not to ask for anything, okay, then do something. Don't you know what I mean? That shouldn't stop you from wanting to, okay, well, let me bring some flowers today. I could buy flowers for myself, yes.
Right.
But
or I know you get your nails done, let me take care of this one, like something.
So when men say to me, and please, if you are a man listening, feel free to comment on my picture, DM me, and explain this to me, because I honestly don't get it. And I said this to Tatum before. I don't understand when y'all say you act like you don't need me.
I think that, the thing that I've learned about men is they are like children. And again, no shade, guys, but they're really like children. So it's kind of like, you kind of have to like stroke their ego sometimes. So you got to make them feel as if you need them, because they like that. You know what I mean? And you may not need them. And I think that this type of stuff should only be for people who you actually really want to build something with. Right. Because who really got time to be making every man feel like they mama should make them feel like. But when it comes to somebody that you really interested in, I think sometimes you just got to do that, make them feel important. Like, oh, what do you think? I'm thinking about doing this, but what you think? Or I want you to help, like just making them feel good. Right.
But see, that's asking about your business and, or asking their opinion and stuff. Cool. Like that happens, but that you act like you don't need me is that need. Like, what is that? Yeah. Because that part, okay, so what you think about this? You like this? I'm getting my hair like this. Okay, cool. But that's not what they're referring to.
Yeah. And I think it's ways to make them feel like they need it. Like, I'm so stressed right now, I just want to be around you. Or, oh, I wish you were here. I just need you to calm me down. Like little stuff like that. You really might not need them, but I think
I need to know. They need to elaborate, because you're saying like you don't need it. How? Because you always you go through something. Whatever. I don't know. I can't even give an example, because I don't even have an example, because I've never been told the exact reason. But I guess I just don't care either now. I didn't got to the point where it's just like, so like, either you wanna, and I just think that, and I was just talking to my friend David the other day about it, and he says men that are successful don't search for women who are successful, and women who are successful don't necessarily search for men who are successful, because you don't want somebody that doesn't have the time for you. Yeah. So it's like,
I think that that's like a really good point.
Yeah. And I was like, true. And then it's like, I do, but see, I say, okay, well, I want somebody that has the grind like me. I want somebody that's doing this like me. Yeah. But then I think about it and I'm like, okay, but then are we going to have time for each other? But then I don't want somebody that doesn't have the grind, that doesn't have the ambition, because I'm like, you too grown and you too old not to be able to support yourself. Sorry.
Well, I don't think them not being able to support themselves equals them not having grind or ambition. I think it just depends on what it is that they're doing, because I know me, I don't really want like I don't want no super business owner or no million. I don't want no athlete, no entertainer, no nothing. I want, I always say I want a regular Joe. I want somebody who has a regular job, who can progress in that job, who's happy in their job, who makes enough to take care of them. You know what I mean? I don't really care if who makes more from each other, but as long as you have enough to take care of yourself, but as long as you're happy in what you're doing and your job is fulfilling to you, I'm cool with that. Because sometimes, like when I get married, I'm not going to have time to be cooking you dinner every day.
Right. Absolutely.
So you got to be able, if I don't have time, like I want somebody that's okay with making dinner when they get home for me, you know what I'm saying? Right. Or taking care of the kids sometimes if I have to go do something, or, I need somebody that's real regular, that has a very stable lifestyle, very straightforward lifestyle. And that's okay with taking a back seat to what I'm doing. And not taking
that back seat is...
But the back seat, when I say back seat, I don't mean they're less than what I have going on. But if what I do puts me, I guess, out there to where people might know me, whether it be from the podcast or whatever, to where people might know me, or I might do some type of cool thing or something.
Right.
He needs to be okay with being Tatum's husband. You know what I'm saying? And so that was something that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna find it. The person I'm with now seems to be cool with it. So far so good. But at the same time, like, I needed somebody that's okay with that, like secure enough in yourself to be Tatum's husband. And then in that, I'll make you feel like you the best man on the planet when we at home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just that, you know how men are, that ego tripping.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of got to find a needle in a haystack, like trying to find that one or a few that's going to that's secure enough in themselves.
Right.
Because my vetting process is serious when I be dating, because I don't really have time. Like, I don't have time for no heartbreaks. Like, they gonna happen, but I try to mitigate the risk as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So I don't have time for like no games, nobody that's gonna stress me out or nothing like that. So I'm asking serious questions. I'm like, well, how do you feel about this? Or what's your relationship like with your mother? I'm paying attention to how you treat the women that's already in your life. I'm asking you about your goals for yourself. What's your job? You know, what are your goals for the job that you have? Like, I want to know as much about you as possible, and as much about how you're doing in your life without me first.
Right.
And that's going to kind of give me some type of, I guess, guidance as to how you're going to be with me.
Absolutely. So when I said that, like, not being able to take care of yourself, this whole, not saying that I've dealt with this, but I've seen it one too many times, that still word. They complain about how they still not doing this, or they still not doing that. Well, I'm still not where and when I say, that's why I said take care of yourself. Yeah. Because in the grind, you can grind it to get it. You just choose to complain about it.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, you too old, too grown to not be able to take care of yourself, because you have the ability. Everybody has the ability to do what they put their mind to. Right. You just choose not to. And then you have all these ideas and you're not putting them into play. So you're still talking about it, still not doing it, still in the same place, still complaining. Like, I hate a still ass person. Stop.
Hashtag still ass people.
Still ass people. I hate that. Like, that pisses me off. So that's why I say I can't. Like, so then I get those ideas. Like, so, okay, you got that person, the still person. You got the overly successful person. You got the person that feels like you're too successful. So they're going to kind of like complain no matter how much time you give them or don't give them or whatever you may give. Then you just have the person that's on your coattail and you like, go do something. Yeah. Do something. Yeah. So I just haven't, I don't, y'all listen.
That's a good point though. And I think that's where dating comes in. With me, as soon as you start complaining on the first date, we're not going on the second one. Right. Because I'm not going to give you more of my time for you to just be complaining about something that you have control over.
Absolutely. And y'all,
it's hard to like find, as women in business, we require a certain type of, well, I'm not going to say we all require the same type, because everybody has different needs, but there's a certain type of person that you need for you. And it's really hard to find them these days.
And do not lower your standards.
Oh, no.
Because some people will say, well, Milan, maybe you're being too picky, or maybe your standards too high. Yep, high as my high heels. Because listen, I'm not lowering them for I will compromise. Yeah. It's the difference between compromise and lowering your standards. You can compromise on things, but that's the equal compromisation in a situation that you're in. That's not saying, oh, I'm a compromise.
That was a bar right there. Sounded like a freestyle.
Bars. But no, seriously, like, you're not going to see, let's see. Okay, Tatum can bring me a guy and say, okay, well, he's still living home with his mom. He don't got a job right now. He's trying to get back up on his feet, but he getting there. He went to interviews and stuff, and then that's like
not interviews.
He did the interviews, girl. He got it going, and you like, okay, all right, I can compromise on that. I can. No.
But what you should compromise on, and I don't even think this is a compromise, but like that physical type that you have will get you caught up.
I was gonna hit it.
So you talking about for it. You talk about you want some 6'5" linebacker looking dude, and then that means that's all you paying attention to. You gonna miss your blessing, sis. Listen. Like, don't do that.
Looks are not everything.
Because I had to check myself, to be honest. I was like, Anybody under 6'2" has zero chance. Like, I would be like, look, I don't do short men one bit. If you're short and you talk to me, you're automatically friend zone. Like, I was not playing.
Aww.
So the guy I'm with now is like short. And I'm like, how the heck did this happen? But it was because, and it's funny how that situation happened. We met and we became cool before we started dating. So I liked him as a person, which made me like him and on a romantic level too.
Absolutely.
So I think that was kind of like God throwing it in my face, like you're gonna have to not stay so strict on this list of physical attributes, or otherwise you're gonna be lonely as hell, or with a 6'5" asshole. You know what I'm saying?
6'5" asshole.
Fine and dumb.
Fine and dumb. Not dumb though, but absolutely. And then, ladies, you want in this industry, in this entrepreneurship lifestyle, you want somebody that is cheering you on, that you can talk to. Like if I'm using Tatum as my boyfriend right now, and so if I call Tatum on the phone, I'm like, hey babe, today, da 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 da. Okay, so yeah, how was that? What was it like? Nah, all right, that sound cool. Right. Because then you like, I done waited all day to share this, and you gonna say, yeah, that's cool.
But that's like the same thing I said about friends. If you talking to somebody and you all happy about what you got going on, and they like shut you down or make you feel like you got to tone down your excitement, if a guy does that, that's a first like nope,
scratch. If he never brings up your business and you find yourself more into his life than he is in yours, chop it.
Exactly.
I had that happen before.
I did too. And I was talking to this guy, like, you couldn't tell me that we wasn't getting married. Like, I just, like, we had known each other for a while, and so we had reconnected or whatever, and then we was hanging out, and I would talk about my business, stuff like that. He'd like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, okay. But we would never, like, talk in detail because he would give me nothing to continue talking about. So I was like, nope, that ain't gonna work.
And many people may not feel like that's important, but you have to think about it. If that's the person you marry, you come home from work. Yeah. What are y'all talking about? Because you've been at work half of your day. You probably lay next to this person. This person probably 6 hours because you got to get back and go in your day. So at least out of that 6 hours, you had a whole day that you can discuss back and forth. That's conversation. So what else do y'all have to talk about? What you want? And that's no relationship. That's not in anything. And I'm talking about marriage now. He gonna sit there and watch the football game, and you gonna go sit on your computer and do work. Right. You've been already apart all day. Whether that's what y'all do or not, at least have some conversation to talk about. You're gonna want somebody. Say no more. Drop their mic again. You're gonna want somebody to talk to, and even ladies, if your man doesn't have anything that you can brag about or, talk about, then you got to really think about that, because you don't want to be the one that's always shining. You want to have somebody that you can, boost somebody. Babes, how'd this go? How was that? You want to have somebody to talk to, because it's going to be lonely. You're going to get bored as freak talking about yourself and hearing about yourself 24/7. Like, it's boring because you know what you've accomplished. You know about yourself, but that's boring. So I don't know, maybe when I'm 40, I always compare myself to.
Oh my God! Don't say Mary Jane. Oh my God.
Oh, okay, Mary Jane, Gabrielle Union, and Deliver Us from Eva, and Taraji, Lord. And Think Like a Man.
Oh my God!
For real, that's how I compare myself. And first of all, I didn't compare myself to this first. It was brought to my attention, and then I really sat there and thought about it. I said, "Oh, yep, a boss."
But I don't know, like I don't know about those things. Because like I tell people all the time, my 3 goals, just period, is to die and go to heaven. I guess that's an afterlife goal, but
that's definitely afterlife.
But that's one of my goals though, to die to go to heaven, get married and have children and have a healthy family environment, because I didn't have that. So that's extremely important to me. Definitely. And then to build something that I can leave to my children. So legacy is the third one. And I was thinking about the hierarchy of those one day, and it was like, if I have a successful business and no family, I won't be happy. Right. If I have a family and not have a successful business, I won't be happy. So I kind of have to put both of those on the same level, on the same pedestal, because I need both of those in order for me to be totally happy and fulfilled. For me to look back on my life and be content, I need both of those.
I didn't say I wasn't gonna have a family.
No, but what I'm saying is now, like thinking about it, just thinking as I'm talking, that's probably why I take dating like kind of seriously.
I take dating very seriously.
I'm not saying you're not.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so just taking dating seriously and really paying attention to the person and trying to figure out like, okay, what type of man do I need to fit into my lifestyle? How can I, and not even just how he can benefit me, but how can I grow so I can be a better partner for the person that I eventually marry? Like, and really thinking about those things. I think the women in those characters, they didn't care. They was just like,
blah,
I don't care. I don't need no man for nothing. I don't care about that. Like I got my money. I got my business. Like whatever.
That's not happy.
That's not happy at all. And I think those characters give women like the motivation, or it makes women think that that's okay.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think that's the problem with those. It's like, it's not okay. Like if you like Shonda Rhimes, or was it Oprah? Because Oprah's like, I'm not getting married or having kids, but that makes Oprah happy. Shonda Rhimes is like, I don't really want to get married. She has children, but she's like, I don't want to get married. Right. So that makes them happy. So for y'all that's trying to suppress this, I don't want to get married or have a relationship thing, and you using these women as examples, I'll go back to what we said last week. Like, really get to know yourself and know what makes you happy. Absolutely. And what you want in a relationship, and check your baggage. Because baggage will get you jacked up in relationships and business and friendships and everything, because you can't figure out why you can't be happy for another woman being successful. Right. That's some baggage that you got going on that's preventing you from being happy. Or you can't figure out why you can't trust no man, or you think all men are going to cheat. That's because all you seen was men cheating, or all you been is cheated on, or you have this baggage. You know what I'm saying? So my lesson out of this today is to like really get to know yourself again, figure out what it is that you need, figure out what will make you happy, and check your baggage and make sure you're ready for what it is that you asking for.
Absolutely. And my message out of this today is don't rush it. Take your time. Pay attention. Like Tatum said, taking dating seriously. And that's why I said 40, because right now it's nothing coming to me that I'm like, oh, this is, and I don't want that 1 year we engaged and then we married. No, I need time, to make sure this is, because a year, things happen in a year. Right. Things happen in 2 years. Okay. I need somebody to build with, friendship, like be my best friend. I want to marry my best friend. Right. So you're not probably gonna be my best friend in a year. Right. TBH, like you're not. So, that's why I say 40, because I'm about to be 24 this year. I still don't have a relationship. Right. So, you got to kind of like think about that time frame of how it's going to happen. So that's why I say 40 to be funny, but it's not going to happen in these 2 years of, where we ideally want to be. Yeah. So one of the questions on our survey, and that keep coming up, is that people want to know how to balance relationships when you're in business. So You've had relationships. You may not be in one now, but how did you balance all the things that you had going on in relationships? The one boyfriend that I did have, actually I wasn't in business yet. I was SJ president. Oh, okay. It was kind of hard because we were both on the executive board. He was my solicitor general, and everybody knows what I'm talking about if you know me and seen the pod and know my life. But whatever, we're friends now. We're cool. Like that's my homie. It was hard at first because he definitely felt like I was trying to keep him a secret, and I didn't want to, but it was me being personal, because that was like really mixing business with pleasure. But that was my friend first, and then it kind of grew. And like you said, he definitely was not my type. Like he's high yellow, like light skin. Oh God. Right. So he wasn't my type at first, but he was funny. His personality was cool. Like, he was definitely a down to earth person. So I had to like kind of like keep us in the background in a sense, but it made him feel like, okay. So at that point, I didn't want him feeling like that anymore. I didn't want him feeling like, oh, because I'm not Greek, or because I'm not this, I'm not that, you don't want people to know. So I just was like, forget it. And people started finding out slowly but surely. But the ultimate breaker of this was we went to the CIAA tournament, and the kiss cam came on us, and I just turned and grabbed him and kissed him. Oh, Lord. I didn't care anymore, because at that point it was like my relationship against my credibility on campus. At this point, my work. You know what I can do. You know what I can produce. You see that I don't mix us like in board meetings. You see this is how we are. You see in public, this is how we are. He handled his business. I handle mine. So that was my balance of just putting it out there that business comes first. Mm-hmm. And I think that I established that. And then once I got to that point where it was like, okay, you know what, whatever. And if anybody knows, the CIAA tournament is in the springtime, February. So at this point, my term is almost over soon. I'm graduating, whatever, forget it. So that's how I kind of did mine. Everything else after that, like the dating situation, I make time. Like if I'm with you, I'll spend as much time as I have and I'll bring my work and do it. We can sit, watch movies. I'm working, but I'm still with you. I'm still there. It just doesn't work out. For many of other reasons, you know, we don't have seeing eye to eye. The other person may do things that I may not agree with, so we can't continue. So I've experienced that. So now I just, to balance that out, I asked the 5-year question. What's your 5-year plan? Which, you know, I just try to see things. If it doesn't match with my future, then it's really no point. Like if you don't have a plan at this point in time and really in this point in life, and I date older or I date my age, not really younger. So if you're older than me and you saying you 26 and your 5-year plan is still thrown off. And yes, you can help people build and kind of change that. But if you don't have that type of, you know, not, what is it, time, I guess you could say, or that type of, what's the word?
You gotta be like a self-starter.
Yeah, it's like a self-starter. Yeah. So if you don't have that, then you just can't do it. So I just, like I said, pick and choose, listen carefully, and just really be honest with myself, and not try to use my physical anymore, step off the physical attributes that I normally look for, and just focus on my business right now. And then if it comes, and I leave it to God now. God is God is going to do what he do, and he's going to work it out. So that's me.
That's true.
What about you? You have a boyfriend. Like this is, you can really give it from, you have a relationship. So,
I think this is hard for me. This is something I'm like really learning how to do, how to balance the two, because it's like, I don't know. I think it's more so of, I had to be honest with him about like, look, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. And he, you know, he's not trying to come in between that, but he's just, at the same time, he wants time and attention, which is reasonable. You know what I mean? I made the decision to be with you. So at the very least, you should get my time and attention. So now it was, with me, it was like, okay, so how am I going to figure this out to where I can balance both? So what I would do is like, I would make times where like, maybe if we go out on like, even if we chilling in the house, like I won't have anything. I'll make sure I disconnect. I'll leave my phone somewhere, or I won't be on my phone like that. I'll try not to. But try to like give him my actual undivided attention. I try to like have conversations as much as possible, communicate, let him know what's going on with me, things like that. And just make sure that we go out and make sure that when he needs me, I'm there. It's not like if I know, like he had a situation this past week, something that was like upsetting to him or whatever. I was like working, but I'm like, all right, by the time he get back, like I need to make sure that I'm done because he needs me right now. You know what I mean? So just prioritizing, like I said before, business and relationships are neck and neck with me because of what my ultimate goals. So it's like, all right, I need to give him what he needs, but at the same time, still do what I need to do. So just having an understanding with him and designating time to spend with him, it works out. And I let him have unlimited access to me. So like, if you need me, call me. All right, I'll step out if you need to talk about something or whatever, but just keeping him happy and letting him know that he's a priority in my life and not just somebody who falls to the back burner.
Absolutely.
And also involving him in the stuff that I do. So if I have a speaking engagement or something and he's available, I'll probably like bring him with me. I'm like, you can be my Vincent Herbert if you want. Like, come with me. You know what I'm saying? Take some pictures, do what you got to do, but you know, involve him in what I have going on. So
like Lauren and Tula and Doug.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He was sitting right here, just looking at her. I was like, this is so cute.
I think it adds a lot. I think it adds a lot to you when you have somebody who really genuinely wants you to succeed just as much as you want to succeed.
Absolutely.
They'll take he'll do little stuff like, if I've been working all day, like make sure I eat, bring me food or whatever, or, oh, you working on something or are you busy right now? And I'll say yes or no. If I'm busy, all right, I'll call you back later. Just having that understanding is so like, it makes things so much easier.
Absolutely.
But when you have to make sure that you with the right person though. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not something that totally goes all the way and y'all get married, but just making sure in that season that that's the right person for you, because they'll make your life so much easier and they'll make you so much more happy and content to be able to go back and do your business. You know what I'm saying? Because I always said like, my whole business is centered around helping other people. Mm-hmm. So I'm exhausted, mentally drained a lot. And I'm superwoman to everybody that I work with. So sometimes I just want to take my cape off and just be a woman. Mm-hmm. You know, just chill, get my feet rubbed, like just relax, drink my wine, like just not be on. Oh yeah, I love wine, y'all. If y'all ever want to send me a bottle, that'll be the perfect gift. But just not be on for once.
Right.
So when you have somebody, it makes that easier to where you can just unload, take the cape off and just chill.
Absolutely.
So that's my take on that.
I can agree with all of that.
It's okay. We're going to find Milan a bae, y'all. That's my 2017 mission.
Find me a bae.
Find Milan a good one.
Y'all, listen.
So let's take a break and then we come back. We'll answer questions. And we're back to answer questions that came to us directly from you guys. So if you guys have a question for us, send us a DM on our Instagram page at Black Girl Bosses. You can send us a message on our website at www.blackgirlbosses.com, or you can comment under any one of our pictures and we will answer them on the show.
It goes down in the DM. All right. So our first question is from an MDAI pageant. How to effectively follow up and secure monetary sponsorships. So for those who don't know, monetary sponsorship is coin, is money. And then in-kind contribution is a product or something that comes out of their store directly that doesn't have to be technically written off on your taxes.
I think that we get a lot of questions like this, and I think there's really no one size fit all to do anything. You just got to try different stuff and see what works. So if say you sent an email to somebody and they responded to you via email, and you want to follow up with them, just follow up on that same email train. Statistics show that people open up emails that have the little RE in the front, more than they open up new emails. So definitely reply to that same email traffic because it makes them feel like they've already spoken to you before. And when it comes to securing monetary sponsorships, I think the key to that is to provide value as to where their money is going. Mm-hmm. If you're a nonprofit, it's a little bit easier because, it's a tax write-off for them. But no matter what you're doing, definitely let them know where their money is going and how their contribution will help whatever it is that you're doing. And also talk about what you've been able to do on your own. Because if you show that you've utilized all your free resources and you've done so much stuff already, you just need their money to take it to the next level. Definitely communicate that when reaching out to them.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And make sure that when you are reaching out, you have a sponsorship presentation done. Don't just reach out and say, hey, I need money, or don't just send a plain email. Have something tangible for them to go through, look at, to see what you're trying to do, to see the history of it, or if it's starting up, just make it look, like something. In addition to that, having a sponsorship package and different prices for them to choose from. Don't just reach out saying, hey, I need $1,000. Sometimes we have to humble ourselves and create those different packages. And if they choose the lowest one, just be grateful that they even decided to provide a monetary sponsorship, and then have something under those packages that they're getting in return for giving you $250. So that's whether their logo is going to be on a backdrop, or for Tatum and I on the Black Girl Bosses podcast, if we're going to run their ad on between our breaks, for the next 6 weeks, if they pay this amount of money, then, just make it, like Tatum said, make it benefit them, because at the end of the day, your benefit is getting the money. So now you have to really sell yourself. And that's when pitching comes into play, knowing how to pitch that type of proposals to someone. So that's one way to secure a monetary sponsorship, by having that presentation, that package done, and making it presentable. Think if someone was coming to your business asking for money, what would you want to see? What would you not accept? So, and do some further research on on how to do that, or you can send us a message and I will take your email down and send you one of the sponsorship packages that I've created. And it's for one of my clients, and we secured 11 sponsors for that person out of that package.
Cool.
Next question is _fabfem__. I've just gotten past the idea stage of creating a business, and I'm having difficulty determining how to classify the type of business in order to form the LLC. And I don't know what steps to take to own rights to the name that I've come up with in all 50 states. Any advice? Thanks in advance.
I think that's pretty straightforward. If you want to have the rights to your name, you register it as a trade name or a trademark. It's really that simple. And you do that through the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office.
Yep, $250.
Yep, $250. Do it online, pay the money, and if it's available, then you get it.
It can be $250 to $400, because I know if you try to do your logo too, and it's like a bunch of colors in it, it has it does increase the prices. But yeah, it's all 50 states. And don't think because your LLC is registered just in the state of Maryland or wherever you're located, you can't operate business in other states, because you can, because you have your articles of organization. It just happened that you got them under the state of Maryland. Just like if you have your driver's license here in Maryland and you go to another state, they're not saying you can't drive in this state. You have your license, but when you move, you just have to get it transferred over because now you live there.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. And I will also say, I don't really understand this. And tell me if you had an issue with an LLC. People always ask questions about LLCs and say how they're getting stuff together. How long? It took me like literally 40 minutes tops to do an LLC.
Yeah, it didn't take long at all. I guess you have an example, like what they were trying to get together, like what they were.
Well, like she said, she said,
I've gotten past the idea stage of creating a business, and I'm having difficulty determining how to classify the type of business in order to form the LLC.
I don't really understand that part.
I think what she's trying to say, she's trying to, like, you know how when
LLC is the type of business, so is she talking about the category?
Yeah, I think she means the category, like what it falls under. Because I think they do ask that, like, is it a product or service? Is it? I don't really remember.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird to me because people ask that a lot. Like, I'm in the process of doing the LLC when it takes, I know for Maryland, it really doesn't take any time. Maybe it's just people from other states. I did it on the
computer, it came back.
Got my articles in my email the next day. Like, it was so quick.
Yeah, it was fast. So if you listen to the podcast, can you expound upon that, and then maybe we can answer it a little bit better on the next show, please?
Yeah, but the easy answer is to just register as a trade name and buy your domains.
Yes,
definitely buy, and don't just buy one of them. Buy all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thanks you guys so much for your questions. Now let's celebrate some people. Let's do some wins of the week.
Y'all listen.
Let's hope Milan gets her little sound bite together this time.
Let's see. Can we test it for him? Let's see. Okay. Okay. That was cool. That was clean.
Okay, so girl, I can't see that.
Okay. So Ravish _Raven, using mindfulness as a way to combat negative thoughts and self-doubt and staying positive on my journey.
Yes, girl. Yes. Congratulations to you. Staying positive is so, so important.
Major key.
Okay, the second person is at Brianna Ayla. She released her blog this week.
Woo, we like blogs.
Yes. Okay. At J.Levay, she booked another client.
Whoop, whoop.
Get that money, girl.
Get that money, sis.
And one of my Instagram besties social media besties at Marlene Francois, she sold 87% of her therapist planner in just 2 weeks with very little marketing and did not even send out an email blast.
She ain't even do it.
Yes. Go ahead, Marlene. I'm so happy for you.
Yes, girl.
And she's getting married, so give her another one for that. Yes. The next one is at Zuri_Lynn. She's getting contacted. Oh, she got contacted to promote for some brands. You go, girl. And at, I cannot pronounce this, but can you pronounce it?
It's ECOUIA.
So sorry, girl. She released her first hair care tutorial for her company, Silky Sacks. Yes. At Smart Business Beauty says she found an illustrator to do the image for her women's marketing event. I hope we get an invitation.
I was just about to say that. We need all details and all parts.
Yes. At Queen Izzy 007, staying focused and pushing forward with my business endeavors. Yes. At Takesha White says, spreading encouraging messages and leading with love and compassion.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all are so positive this week. That's awesome. At create.restore, revamping my lifestyle website and blogging consistently for a week. Yes. And finding something I'm passionate about and sticking to it. Yes. Consistency is a major key.
Major key. You got to stay consistent, sis. Make sure you push through and stay. So in this next week, what are you going to do to stay consistent? So think about that question.
Exactly. So, Milan, what were your wins for the week?
Can I say my loss for the week first?
Yeah, go ahead.
My loss for the week, guys, I just got my braces back again. I had them taken off in November. The day after I got them taken off, my right side wisdom tooth decided to cut in all the way through. A day or so after that, I gained an infection on that side. Went to my orthodontist. He gave me an oral rinse to rinse out. Okay, cool. That Thursday, I went to my actual dentist, and she cleaned my teeth and everything. So she said, you should be fine, but you definitely want to go get your consultation done. So that Monday, I had a consultation for my wisdom teeth with the oral surgeon my orthodontist referred me to. And that Thursday, I had wisdom tooth surgeries. I couldn't wear my retainer. Literally, in that 24 hours, my teeth got space happy and said, oh, we have room now, and just did their own thing. So my orthodontist was trying to correct things with the Invisalign retainers, and it was just not working. My teeth were fighting against it, so they just wouldn't come back to how we had them. So now I have to wear them for a month or two just so he can get these teeth back right. And it's only my bottom teeth. I didn't have top braces. I just had bottom braces, which is kind of unknown, but I didn't need them on my top. So yeah, so that's kind of my L for the week. My win for the week was we have sold out of all of the early bird tickets for the Entrepreneurs Brunch. Whatever, it didn't rock with me on that one, but no, I'm guessing it because that was so exciting. That wasn't even 2 weeks of them being out. So on Monday, we're going to open up for the VIP and the general admission tickets. The VIP is $70 and the general admissions is $45. So stay posted for that. You can get those tickets on eventbrite.com.
Yes, and when this episode drops, they'll be available.
Yeah, so yep, they will be available. So make sure you get them because we did make VIP, of course, very exclusive. So it's not that many, and then general admission, we didn't put that many out. So only because this is a exclusive event. You want to kind of so you gotta get your tickets before they out, sis.
That's awesome.
Another win for the week. I received an email back from the University Box to let me know that I made it into the final round to become an official University Box girl. So I have to. The University Box is a company that basically has sponsors that make a whole box together for college girls and high school girls, starting back school throughout your semester of essentials that you need. So it can be from your panty liners, your tampons, your deodorants, planners, t-shirts.
Why you start whispering when you was like panty liners? Oh, and you got loud when you got back to planners.
Oh, that's so funny. You gotta be like, no, girl, pass me a tampon. I think that's what it was. That's that thing that we do. But yeah, so we have those. I'm What was I saying? That just threw me off the panty liners. Yes, I am in the final round, so I will need you all's help. So hopefully you'll be willing to help when I post about it. But that's an amazing thing. And it's amazing because they only take high school and college girls. I'm in grad school, not really undergrad, but my connection to that realm is so strong still. So I guess that's why they took my application on. So
yes, congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, that's my 2 wins for the week and my L. So, because I would have had more, but it's Friday right now, not Sunday.
I know, yeah. So, I have one.
Okay.
What happened? So, with doing this podcast and transitioning into working with women, I was really struggling trying to figure out how to maintain my connection to the youth that I work with, and moms and parents and stuff like that. So, my program is still an after school program. So I'm always at least for sure for this next semester, I'm going to be working with girls, but I didn't want to just give that up totally, but I'm only one person. So, I'm going to figure out how to balance it. But, a woman reached out to me who, we were in the same business coaching program. So that's how we met. And she did an event I have a virtual event for moms that's starting this week. It'll be this week when the podcast launches. And so she did a talk on there for me. So she's doing a university, an online university for moms. It's called Me First Mommy University. And so it's a place for moms to go to basically put themselves first again. Moms, they get so lost in their families and stuff. A lot of times they put their own needs and goals and stuff to the background. So she asked me to do a talk and offer something for the moms there. So I'll be a part of her program. So I'm excited about that. Yes. I'm excited about that. So I definitely am happy and grateful, to be able to just keep my connection to why I got started, with the parents and with the teens. So I'm really excited about that. And another one, I joined this boot camp, right? So I told y'all in the first episode that getting healthier was one of them. Man, oh my God, that boot camp was hell.
Really? How often
my
is it?
Gosh. It's like every day, but the way my weeks is set up, I can't go every day. So I've been making it maybe like once or twice a week. But that thing, like, I can't feel my legs the next day. My arms are like noodles. But it goes by real quick because he'll be like, here's all of the stuff y'all gonna do. Y'all do it 3 times and then the hour is gone.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited that I actually signed up and I go. So
how much is it?
It was like $39 for unlimited boot camps for 2 months.
Oh, that's good.
It's called CD Fit. So if y'all in the DC area, go there. And the trainers are really good. So I'm excited to be a part of that. Oh my God, it's just that.
Yeah, I gotta get back on I was going to the gym when I started it in the new year, but my schedule was like blah. And then I'm back in school now. So, oh wait, sorry to cut in Tatum's win. I've done 3 weeks worth of homework. Already.
Yes.
So that is bomb.
That was good.
Because that gives me a lot of time to do other things. But this class is sustainable communications. But the professor, I've had her before. Okay. So what she does is she'll give you probably like 1 assignment. And then in the next week, she'll give you 2. But it's no more than that. My other professors that I've had will give you 3 assignments in 1 week. And it'll be like 2 papers and a discussion board. Yeah. So thankful for her.
Right. That's good.
But yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to cut into Tatum's wins. Back to Tatum.
Okay. No, I'm done. That was it. Oh, go ahead. And I have one more. Yes. Okay, so the podcast has a win. We're at 1,400. I checked this morning. We're at like 1,400 downloads. Like, that is so cool. This podcast is less than a month old. And and y'all have been listening to us. Like, our engagement numbers, especially on like Instagram, are through the freaking roof. Like, y'all love us and we love y'all. So thank you so much for listening to our podcast and posting about it and telling people about it and downloading it. Like, that's a win for this podcast.
Y'all some real ones.
Yes. And as an announcement, we are going to be launching, let's say, like a digital community. I think that's the name that I gave it, or a digital platform. So we're looking for contributors. We have 1 and we're looking for 3 more. So if you guys are any bloggers, vloggers, any type of content, we want you guys to submit it to us to our email at blackgirlbosses@gmail.com. So send us your social media handles, send us a headshot, and y'all send us a headshot. Don't send us car pictures. Don't send us selfies. Like, even if you gotta stand in front of a white wall with a cute top and some jewelry and have somebody take a picture of you, then do that. Don't send us no Instagram pictures. Like, it's not a good look. Don't do that. Because
you've officially been chopped and screwed if you send that.
Yes, it's not a good look at all. Yeah, so send us that, writing samples, headshots, social media handles. I think that was it.
Yeah.
So email that to us. We're going to close it off on January 28th. We have a lot of submissions so far. So thank you guys so much who have reached out to us and submitted your stuff. We'll be going through those after the submission closes. So thank you guys so much. Also, go on our website right now, subscribe to Milan's free gift, how to get free publicity for your business at www.blackgirlbosses.com. And that's a wrap. Thanks, guys.
Bye.